What's your favorite theater?
PTO.
BTO. Ah, you're a
PTO.
you're a 14%er. Nice.
Yep, that's right.
My favorite theater, DTO.
Oh, come on, it is not.
I'm lying. That's why
You're lying.
that's why DTO
Lying like a rug.
5%. Oh, that hurts. My favorite theater. I like me some ETO. I like me some ETO West Front. I mean, it's barely ahead of
Yeah.
versus East Front, right? But I like PTO too. It was tough. I think I voted ETO West Front, but PTO for me. I think I've enjoyed nearly every PTO scenario we played because it's just it it just changes ASL, changes it up for me. It's kind of a refresher. Like, let's do a PTO scenario, and then you do it, and you're like, oh, this is cool. It feels different and plays different. Yeah, DTO. I mean, we're just starting again in the DTO after years, and I don't know. I haven't determined how I feel about it yet. How about you?
I'm the same way. I mean, I really like the campaign for North Africa. I like reading books about it,
You like the
and
history
got
of it?
the history of it, and
Yeah.
I've got other war games on it. I mean, I would love to play the campaign for North Africa, but
Wait, the
as far as
SPI game or
yeah,
the? Wait a minute. Hold
yeah,
on. Hold up. You mean the unplayable game that no one's ever finished? That one? You're
yes,
nuts. You're crazy.
yeah, that'd be cool.
Oh, God.
But yeah, as
We could
far as
play it.
ASL, somebody's got to get a copy of it first.
I have
But
the rule book. The rule book's online, and it has a vassal module. Theoretically, you can
um,
play it. Anyway, go ahead.
yeah,
I'm not gonna play it. I guarantee you, I am not gonna play it. God, it's got supply lines. No.
um, but I don't know. Yeah, as far as ASL, I don't know. We've only played one scenario so far. So
We've played one scenario, but we've read the
it's not a
rules.
game changer. Yeah, it's not a game changer like Pete.
No. DTO. Hopefully, I still have your audio. You were breaking up. DTO feels really alien to me.
Right. Yeah, I mean it's not like PTO.
PTO is different, but
It's not the game
DTO is
changer.
DTO is different. I mean, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't get the. I mean, I guess you get the feeling of actually fighting in the desert, but
Hmm.
the way the game plays is is different, and not. I don't know if it's necessarily different in a good way.
Well, ASL, ETO, and PTO. Uh, one of the critical things about it is management of morale and routing. And DTO, there's nowhere to route in most scenarios. It's just open dirt and rocks and sand and little depressions in the rock, little undulations in the rock, and yeah, I haven't quite wrapped my head around it. I'm not sure I ever will. I don't want to. I shouldn't dismiss it at this point, but PTO when we played it, I kind of felt it and I embraced it. I thought it was cool. DTO is kind of like, I don't know. And 5% of 256 votes kind of reflects that as well. I think.
Well, yeah. I mean, like we've been playing for a long time, and this will be the first time we've ever done the desert rules. So that's
Hmm.
saying one thing.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of people maybe it's low because not many people have even tried it. That could be a reason why it's 5% as well. I don't know if that's a reflection of people not liking it or a reflection of people not playing it. I've never played it.
Well,
I don't
yeah,
know.
probably both. So
Yeah. Speaking of
yeah, who
DTO,
knows? If
you
I
should.
don't play any better than I did in the last game, it won't. So
Oh, well. I mean, I could, Chariots of Fire, Blazing Chariots, whatever you want to call it. It's just what I wrote. I wrote on the web. I don't know why we're talking about this. Chariots of Fire is just a crapshoot. You know, there, there's no terrain. There's no real a lot of tactics. You just kind of drive your AFVs out, try to get on their flank. You as the British, if you can, and then me as a German adjust if I need to. And whoever rolls the best is going to win for the most part. That's the way I kind of felt
yeah,
about it.
yeah.
So I wasn't too enamored by the scenario. It's supposed to be a classic, but I was like, it's just whoever rolled good kind of. And I rolled better than you, I think. I got rate of fire and I blew the shit out of you.
Yeah, I think the averages were pretty good, but your two hit rolls were killing me.
Yeah.
You got raid all the time, and I couldn't.
But
I
even
mean,
if our rolls were on that one were about the same, the what you needed to hit was so much more than what I needed to hit because you had sun blindness and other shit going on, right? Even if we
well,
rolled about
yeah,
the same, I was going to get more hits than you on average anyway.
yeah. I mean, my tactics, weren't the best. I shouldn't have stopped at the end of my first movement, but in reality, I don't. If I just kept moving and stayed in motion, I don't know if it would have made
Yeah,
a difference. But
we're getting
in the end, I think yeah, you still would have.
we're in the weeds on this one. MTO, I threw MTO. I guess you could.
It's different.
It's a little. I mean, it can be a little different, but you could probably just lump it in with ETO. But I broke it out separately.
MTO usually has more terrain in it than DTO.
Oh
DTO
yeah,
is
yeah,
usually
definitely. Yeah, it's got things like cactus patches and vineyards and things like that. But it's not significantly different from ETO play style.
no,
Yeah,
no.
it's more of a nationality thing, right? Or do you like playing in Sicily and Crete with Greeks and Italians and whatnot?
Yeah, I mean, and looking at the poll results, it probably follows pretty close to what we've actually played through our.
Yeah, yeah, roughly, probably.
Yeah,
Well, East Front's probably down a little bit.
a
East
little
Front's
more.
probably like here for us. Other than that, yeah, it's pretty probably follows that as far as scenario selection. Yeah, both you and I, we've said this before. We're not huge East Front fans.
Yeah,
I know you're a West Front fan.
definitely. I mean, I voted PTO, but um, I mean, because I like the history of the Pacific Theater, but yeah, I don't know. I guess playing in the jungle can be a struggle sometimes. I mean, ETO. I mean, it would be a really close second for me.
Hmm.
If I mean, if not my favorite, but yeah,
ETO, ETO is like ASL comfort zone, right? You know what you're gonna get. PTO, you
yeah,
kind of don't know what you're gonna get terrain wise and you know concealment, maybe hidden. How that mechanics are different in PTO. DTO is just like playing on the moon sometimes, from the look of it. Yeah, but yeah, I really enjoy PTO and ETO West Front, ETO East Front. I like MTO too. It's just Not a lot of scenarios probably are MTO. DTO is definitely
No.
at this point low for me. We'll see if we can pull it up a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, where would Italy be? Would that be MTO? Wouldn't it?
I guess if you're down in the boot, you know, Italy, Sicily, yeah, you could call it MTO. Those are the only theaters, right? I didn't forget anything.
Yeah.
Or how you would classify the
Not
theaters
really.
in ASL.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that covered it. Yeah, 256 votes. We get some interesting results. Oh, we didn't go over comments in the last poll. Let's do. There aren't many comments here. Let's see, Brandon. I'll always see the U.S. Army in the Pacific as one of the most underrated theaters. Lots of fun to play it out. So he said U.S. Army, not Marine Corps. So you've read a lot. You've read way more history than me as far as World War II and the Pacific. So the way I understand it, correct me if I'm wrong, is the Marines would come in and take it, and would the U.S. Army generally come in and secure it and maintain it? Is that kind of how it worked?
For the most part. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, most of the PTO scenarios I think we've played have used Marines for the most part.
Most of the time, yeah.
Michael says, I'm not a huge fan of Mark Clark. However, in my opinion, the Mediterranean theater and East Africa are underrepresented in both the popular press and ASL. Do you know whom? I don't know who Mark Clark is. Is he a writer or something?
Oh, he was the no, he was the general commander
Of
for I don't that army. U.S. forces in the
Africa, North Africa, Mediterranean.
oh Clark. Yeah, well, Africa and Sicily.
Yeah. Apparently, Michael's not a fan of Mark Clark. And Todd from Wardrobe Plays World War II says MTO second, but he didn't say what he voted for first, so I'm not sure. Maybe I'm assuming East front or ETO for Todd. I haven't seen him play PTO yet, so only 3 comments. We had more in the previous video. I forgot to go over them. Thanks, Scott. That's your fault.
I got you sidetracked.
How'd you get me sidetracked? Just talking. I'm easily distracted.
Just yeah, shooting the shit.
Yeah, we were. We got off in the weeds in the last poll video, talking about blazing chariots of fire and rocks in the desert. Okay, Scott, do you think we should play more PTO, or just kind of leave it at the ratio we've been going at roughly?
Yeah. No, we
ETO,
definitely need to play
PTO.
more PTO.
Well, I asked you about uh, Bounding Fire Productions' Bitterest Day that just came out. Looks interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You're like,
Yeah,
there's
I
no
mean,
terrain. I'm afraid.
well, yeah, I mean, I first, when I first saw before your video, when I view of it, I'm like, Sugarloaf, really? Because it's just such a slog, It's the U.S. just that hill, and I'm
Yeah.
like, how does that correlate into a fun game?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it looks
Like, looks like a nice addition.
a lot of caves. Yeah, it would be a slog. And from the victory conditions, if I remember right, you have to, what was it? You have to capture 19 of the caves
So many caves.
and control. So yeah, it's probably just a bloodbath. But yeah, we need to do a PTO. I mean, there's a lot of things we need to do, but a PTO campaign game sometime
Yeah.
as well. Add it to the list,
Oh yeah,
Scott. We're not
definitely.
getting any younger, as you know.
No, not at all.
All right. Enough with this poll. We'll see you.
Get to the chopper!
If you like what you saw, please like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't like what you saw, thanks for watching, and let me know how I can do better. See you in the next video.